Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, delivering live free picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, and of course you want to set those notifications because you want to make sure you bet the best numbers when you get our picks. So set those notifications if you would, and of course like and subscribe as we talked about. Of course, I want to make note of a couple of things so you can save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description and clicking the All Cappers tab. Get signed up, and we'll always love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. All right, let's take a look at who's on our show with you this afternoon. With us today, Ramon Scott, Collins Brown, Dylan Guesswin, and Mindy Hahn. All right, let's get started here with game day picks. Let's welcome in Collins Brown to the show. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com, where he's been on a pretty good run over the past 7 days. Let's bring in Collins right now. Collins, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, doing great. All right, let me shut the GM. He doesn't know that I do a show at 3 o'clock. So, all right, let's take a look here at our game that we have going on here today. From here, we go to Major League Baseball here at 9:38 Eastern Time on MLB Network. We have the Angels to host the Red Sox here with the Angels $1.20, total sits at 9.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting to see the Angels at a $1.20 favorite right here, especially after the cooler they've been on here. They've lost 10 straight. They're coming off their East Coast stretch, though. This is going to be their first game of a 3 or 4 game set against the Red Sox in Anaheim. So I'm looking for them to kind of get back on track in this one as well, kind of like the market's suspecting. When you look at those last 10 games that this Angels team has lost, they've faced some really good pitching. Obviously, the Yankees, the stretch those starting pitchers have been on, I think it was like 5 or 6 games straight where they didn't allow over an earned run in like 7 innings each of these starters. So it's not a surprise to see these Angels numbers down the last 7 days. As I said, they're on a 6-game East Coast stretch, and they're going to be coming back at home for this one with Syndergaard on the mound. Syndergaard's been really good at home this year, 24.1 innings pitched, only 16 hits and 4 earned runs, with a 1.48 ERA and a 1.84 average against. And he's going to be going against Waka, who is not really comparable between his home and away starts. Waka away is at 19.2 innings pitched. The hits they're down for 19 innings, but the earned runs have just not been there. He's given up 9 earned runs at just 19.2 innings pitched. So it's going to come at you with a 4.12 ERA and a 2.13 average against. And then we look at these bullpens, and it's kind of how we usually see the Angels' pitching staff. They're at a 4.317 bullpen ERA, and the Red Sox are coming in at a 3.89, so a tick under 4 for their team bullpen ERA. And then let's take a look at these hitting stats the last 7 days. The Red Sox are 12th in OPS with a 2.51 average, like I said, in these last 7 days. And the Angels coming in at 29th in OPS their last 7 days with a 1.86 average. I'm going to take an interesting side here and go the over at 9. I think this is a perfect time for the Angels to get back on track here. And with Waka on the mound not really doing his job necessarily away, I think we can get to this Red Sox bullpen pretty early and see the Angels get up there at 6-7 runs. And then I think the Red Sox are going to score pretty easily as they have been. They're coming off of a sweep by the Angels, or the Athletics, in a 3-game set. So they just started their West Coast run this weekend, and I'm looking for that to kind of run dry here soon. I think their offense is still going to be intact after sweeping the Athletics. Going to come into this one riding high. So I like the over here at 9.
All right, Collins Brown says go over 9 here, Red Sox and Angels. Yeah, when you look at this Angels team, it's been a disaster. It's really been the starting pitching and pitching over the past 10 games. They're either starting pitching an ERA of 7.56. I know Syndergaard's on the mound tonight. Of course, the bullpen hasn't helped much over this 10-game period, an ERA over 6.
Yeah, and it's kind of what we've come to expect out of the Angels, right, over the past couple of years. I mean, they went into this draft this past year, and out of 40 rounds they had picks, they drafted all pitchers. So they know what their problem is, and they're looking to fix it. But it's not going to be an easy fix, obviously. They're going to have to give these guys time in the minor league system. So for this Angels team, yeah, it's obviously with Syndergaard on the mound, you can kind of have a bright spot here, and I think that's why we're getting him at a favorite tonight. I don't think. I know that's why we're getting him at a favorite tonight. He's at a 1.4 ERA at home. So, but like if the If the Red Sox can get to Syndergaard, though, in, let's say, the first 5 or 6 innings, and the Angels are forced to eat up bullpen time for 3 or 4, this Red Sox offense has more than enough power to put up 3, 4, 5 runs in just those 3 or 4 innings. So if that's the case, we'll get an easy over 9 here.
What do you make of Syndergaard? Of course, you've been a former collegiate athlete and catcher. What do you make of Syndergaard's strikeout rate plummeting here now with just 15.9%? This is someone that was in the mid-20s. You thought, maybe this guy could be a 30% plus strikeout pitcher, but we've seen that the strikeouts plummet this season. But the ground ball rate's still there, though.
Yeah, so as an athlete that came off of Tommy John surgery, and I did it a lot younger in life than he did, but when you're coming off of Tommy John surgery, it kind of you have to build up to a point where you trust yourself enough to let loose, right? And so we've seen Syndergaard go from a more of a Garrett Cole style pitcher where he's going to bump it up there at 98, 99, run you up, and then come back down with the off-speed stuff. Right now, he's sitting with that sinker heavy, so he likes the sinker here. He's obviously going to come at you with the slider and the changeup, and he likes that sinker a lot. So obviously the strikeout numbers will be down when you go to a sinker, but I think a lot of it has to do with not trusting your stuff. And his ERA at home is at a 1.48 ERA, as we've mentioned. His away ERA is at a 7.8. So, I mean, it could be if he feels comfortable pitching. There's a lot of factors that go into that, but I like to think that he's just not trusting his stuff right now. So he's trying to he's using those get me over pitches a little too often, and that's going to lead you to that's going to lead you to more contact, if that makes any sort of sense.
You got it there from Collins Brown, from collegiate athlete, and as a catcher knows this sport inside and out. All right, Collins, Red Sox, Angels over total of 9 runs. This one will have a start time here of 9:38 Eastern time. Regional action on MLB Network. It's either this one or the Mets Padres on MLB in your area. All right, Collins, let you know what you have going over at TonySpix.com. Sit atop the leaderboards here for the past 7 days here amongst the leaders here in units produced. Of course, we have a limited card here, like a half a dozen games here for Major League Baseball. I have that one big hockey game. And as well as regional baseball. Some people are getting action here with this regional college baseball. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so no regional baseball. It is. I actually felt like I kind of had half a day off today with only 6 MLB picks to go through. So that was actually kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I've got 5 picks out for the MLB slate tonight. I kind of picked and pulled at which sides I liked. And I think I've got 3 money line plays out and 2 totals. I believe that's correct. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's what I got out. And I like this card a lot tonight. I think we're getting some value. And it's actually pretty interesting. The more we settle in to this baseball season, the more we kind of see numbers fluctuate and Vegas gets comfortable with one side or the other. So it's been a grind getting through this MLB season. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been tough. But like I said, today's kind of felt like a day off with only 6 games to pick through. So I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, no doubt about that, guys. Got more Collins Brown over at TonySpix.com. I'm showing good profit here past 7 days among the 7 leaderboards here past 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. He's got action, a 5-pack right now for you up there at Major League Baseball today. So very affordable pricing, just $25. Get on board with a 5-pack here from Collins Brown. And of course, you can also go long-term with Collins. The 3, 7, or 30-day all sports patch. You get all of Collins' plays for that period of time. You select when you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase. If you're just into baseball, let me tell you, baseball goes a long way. This will take you to the regular season here. He has a baseball season pass, a full price for $3.99 over there at TonySpix.com through the regular season through October 4th. So still a lot of action, a little less than 4 months of premium picks from Collins, and we can save you some money here when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll save you 20% off all premium packages. You can access Collins' page by clicking the link and click on the offers tab and then getting signed up. All right, Collins, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. Hope to catch you again tomorrow. Hope we can get some content from you overnight as well.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You got it. Collins Brown here on Game Day Picks. We're here with you on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, and bet into the best numbers. Let's continue on here with the show. And now it's time to bring in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony's Picks, where she does fine work up there. Let's bring in Mindy right now. Mindy, how's it going?
I'm doing well, Tony. How about yourself?
Great. I'm doing great. All right, here we go. MLB Network, 9:40 Eastern Time. A good one here is the Padres host the Mets. The Padres, a short favorite here, $1.15, total 7.5.
Yeah, so we got the Mets versus Padres here. You're looking at Carlos Carrasco here for the Mets, sitting at 6-1 in the season. 3.63 ERA, right-handed pitcher. And I found it kind of interesting that, out of his 13 years of baseball, they said this is his first ever start versus those Padres. But you got Snell on the mound for the Padres. He's 0-2 on the season, 4.80 ERA here on this one. The Mets here are on their 3-city tour of Southern California, out visiting you guys here today. And the Padres are returning home after kind of destroying the Brewers over the last 3 days. Padres have been playing better ball actually on the road this season, kind of as well as the Mets. And the Padres, though, they have been playing good ball. I mean, they have the third best winning percentage here, other than the Mets and the Dodgers. And then you have a Mets team here that, statistically is just kind of really hitting it out of the park here, first in batting average, on base percentage, and in runs. But yet the Mets, if you kind of look at, their bullpen's a little bit lacking. And also maybe, if you take a look at, they're sitting at 12th in batting average against here. So they do give up, quite a few runs here as well. But for me, I'm going to take a look at the first part of this game here with these starting pitchers. The Mets are averaging 2.35 in their first 5 innings, while the Padres, on the other hand, are averaging 4.32 runs. So for me, I kind of have this modeled out, at 6.67. So for me, I'm going to take a look at going over here, over 4 runs in the first 5 innings of this one.
All right, Mindy says go over the 4 runs, first 5 innings here between the Mets and the Padres. So we know the Mets are a really, really good hitting team. I mean, when you look at their numbers here against left-handers over their past 10 games, 285, so they're hitting the ball pretty well. And, of course, Snell off to, well, we'll see how long he can keep that strikeout, his strikeout numbers up there. But, again, it's the walk rate. He's been walking about 13% this season. The ground balls are down to 29%, so he does give up home runs this year.
Yeah, I saw that because last year he was at 45% and now down to 24, 25, 29 this year, whatever you said. I kind of just briefly looked over those stats there. But also if you take a look at, he really just relies on that fastball. And it's one of those things too, when you have a good, Mets team, it's hard to miss. And, otherwise you're giving up those runs. And that's kind of what's happened. He's been giving up, those 3 runs, getting hit pretty hard in the first 5. That's why I think the Mets here might be able to take advantage of this. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it out all the way through, but I do like here, I kind of like the Padres maybe, winning the game. That's kind of like how I kind of see it going. But I do like the overruns total here in the first.
All right, Mindy here, Mets, Padres, the pick over first 5 innings. We document those plays, premium plays as well. This is a show free pick here, but we also document first 5s. Mindy here on over 4 runs, first 5 innings. This game will have a start time here of 9:40 Eastern time. You can watch the Mets and Padres regionally on MLB Network. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com. We're showing great results in the NHL. We do have that one NHL game. Will it be a closeout? Will the Western Conference finish today? We'll find out. We also have 6 from Major League Baseball. Here are the guys talking about these regional college college baseball games that we also have documented on our site. Some of them are in action there. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
I know. Can you believe the scoring that's been, going on? You're sitting there watching Auburn, score, 7 runs in 3 separate innings of that game. It's like every hit was out of the park. I mean, it was pretty wild to watch. But yeah, I am definitely going to be in here today for NHL. So you can take a look. What I did is I put up my best 3 picks here for the day in one package. So you get those. So you'll get a combination here of Major League Baseball in the NHL. So you can take a look at that, short-term pass here just for today. Give me a try. Or you can go ahead and take a look at something a little bit longer, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Also have, one of those Major League Baseball regular season passes out there as well. You can take a look at that. Also in on WNBA, so you can take a look at getting a pass there also.
That's right, guys. You got to both Mindy Hahn over at Tony'sPicks.com. Showing great profit here from the NHL the last 30 days. All documents. She's got an MLB NHL doubleheader. She puts together a 3-pack here for you here, affordably priced. One NHL best bet as well as 2 best bets from Major League Baseball is up there. Affordable pricing, just $25. Of course, as Mindy was talking about, she does have her long-term passes. You can get on board with her long-term passes here from the NHL, the regular season, NBA regular pass, MLB money grabber as well. $5.50, $5.55. The remainder of the MLB regular season could be yours here on that purchase. And we got a little less than 5 months left of regular season baseball here, so good time to get on board with that. Of course, Mindy can keep an eye on Mindy's long-term passes, 3, 7, or $30 sports pass. You'll get all of those premium plays for that period you select when you go to a handicapper page and you make that purchase. And of course, she also is in action with WNBA when they're scheduled. Of course, they don't play every day. Right. So when you find them when they're in action, she has their numbers ready to go. If they've matched, if there's a place she likes, she fires in on it. Of course, you can save you some money now on one of her premium packages, any of them. When you use the promo code TonyT at checkout, you'll save 20% off. If you get her Major League Baseball regular season pass, the remainder of it, that's about $111 off that when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. So go ahead and check it out here. You can access her page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and getting signed up. All right, Mindy, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. Hope we can catch up with you again tomorrow.
Will do. We'll see ya. Have a good night.
Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Hey, we're here with Game Day Picks Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Make sure you're with us live to get the best numbers. I'd like to say hello to Yarly Pena from Venezuela. Saludos back to you, my friend, there in Venezuela. All right, let's continue on here with the show. And now it's time to welcome in Dylan Guessman. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. He's been doing great work there as well. He's been hot on the pitch. Hot on soccer, so let's see what he's got going on right now. Let's bring him in right now. Dylan, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, not much. How about you?
Going great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball action here for today. We have the Blue Jays now traveling to KC to face the Royals. We got the Blue Jays at $1.75. Total sits here at $1.50.
Yeah, so everybody remembers the Reds' horrendous starting streak. Don't look now, 17-35. Kansas City Royals have the worst record in the majors. They've lost 13 of the last 16 games, most recent loss being 7-4 to the Astros. Salvador Perez did everything he could to keep Kansas City in the game, but with a 2-run blast, RBI double, fell short. The rest of the lineup fell flat in the bullpen, couldn't hold down the Houston hitters. The Royals' pen is one of the worst, as they rank 28th with a 4.84 ERA. Offensively, you name a category, they're bottom 5 at best. Royals pitching, Kansas is going to turn to Daniel Lynch in an attempt to stop the bleeding here. It seems like Lynch might not be ready for the majors. The Royals don't have another option. He posts a 4.81 ERA and a bloated 1.56 whip due to his lack of control. In one recent game, Lynch posted a 5.1 innings with 2 earned runs on 7 hits and 2 walks. In the other pair, he came up with 10 earned runs on 14 hits and 5 walks in 7.2 innings. Toronto's going to have some scoring opportunities here, so if they can get the offense going here, Jays should be just fine. Jays aren't hitting lefties for power in the last 30 days. They struck out 14% of the time against lefties using projected lineup. Same lineup's walking average of 13% in the last 30 days, and Blue Jays should get on base here and create havoc and base pass against Lynch. For Blue Jays pitching here, starter Monday, Ross Stripling across 13 games and 5 starts, has a 1-1 record, 4.22 ERA, and 1 save. 32 innings, he posts 33 hits, 15 earned, 8 walks, and 29 strikeouts. I think the bad news for Lynch here, as the Jays bats heat up, he's cooled off tremendously. Lynch has allowed 12 runs on 21 hits in his last 3 starts. All in all, I'm going to go with the Blue Jays in pretty much every fashion in this game, but I do think we get to the over here, so this number jumps, but I'm still going to take it here at the over 10 runs for my free pick today.
All right, Dylan Guessman here on his pick. Here's the Blue Jays and Royals to go over total of 9.5 runs. Yeah, I was just thinking these Toronto probably licking their chops here to get here at the Kansas City pitching staff, which has been struggling to get up a lot of runs of late. Of course, Lynch, again, an ERA approaching 5, gives a lot of base runners. He walks 10% of his batters. And, of course, not to mention, when you look at the Kansas City, a lot of a weakness there as well, Dylan, in their bullpen.
Yeah, with Lynch here, opponents have a line drive rate of 38% against him with runners in scoring position since the start of the season. I just think that, they're going to be able to hit the ball well, and it doesn't really matter who's pitching. Both of these pitchers, are not in their prime form here. And with base runners on, I do think we're going to get a chance to get some runs in this game.
Yeah, when you look at KC, they face the Astros, who have not been a really strong hitting team this year. Matter of fact, they've been a big under team, this Astros, between their bullpen and their lack of hitting. Astros scored 17 runs in that 3-game series against the Royals. We got Dylan here, Blue Jays Royals, over total of 9.5 runs. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Dylan, let us know what you have going on over at TonySpix.com. We've been hot on the pitch here, 602 units of profit in soccer as well as other sports as well. Doing great work there. Of course, we've got a limited card today, 6 from Major League Baseball. We got 1 NHL. There may be some action on the pitch. There's UEFA Nations League in action. Of course, college regionals are in action as well. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so small slate today. Had to be creative. I do have a 2-pack on site for you. I can grab for just $25. I am in play. I have about 6 plays going on. However, for the site here, I had to make sure I had a 2-pack because some of those games are happening right now. With some weather delay, they're being pushed, but I couldn't have a 3 or 4-pack for you guys for the site, but I'll update that as we get done with the show. Your best value is to grab my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass so you can access all 9 leagues, all different sports of where I handicap. Grab a season pass if you do not already have one. Very affordable pricing. Use that coupon code, save 20% off. You can grab my MLB season pass for just $269. Very affordable pricing. Head over to my page. You can see all my bets, and let's keep making money here.
That's right, guys. Got to bro. Dylan, guess one over at Tony'sPicks.com. Some great units here on the pitch. Has plays tonight from Major League Baseball. 2-pack up there for you right now. Also, the long-term pass is the way to go. 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all of Dylan's plays for that time period you select when you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase. He's in action in a lot of sports. We see him in the regionals. We see him in WNBA, soccer, tennis. As we're getting closer and closer, there's more the plays up there. There's also golf head-to-head matchups. A lot going on over at TonySpix.com. A lot that we document on our site. First fives as well in baseball we document. So we have a lot of betting options for you when you buy our picks here at TonySpix.com. But again, the long-term passes are your best value right now. If you get a 1-month all sports pass from Dylan, all his premium plays for the sports and handicaps, and we can save you 20% off that. And all packages right now when you use our promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Dylan's page by clicking the link in the description, then clicking the All Cappers tab, and then getting signed up. All right, Dylan, as always, great having the show. Have yourself a great evening. Hope we can catch up again with you tomorrow.
Sounds great, Tony. Will do.
You got it. Dylan Guessone here on Game Day Picks. Hey, we're here with Game Day Picks Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'd like you guys, if you would, like and subscribe. Set those notifications so you're with us live. So when we give you those picks, you can bet into the best numbers. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Now it's time to bring in Ramon. Scott, you'll find him over at TonySpix.com where he does fine work. Of course, he filled in for me over the weekend. Ramon, great work there.
Hey, thanks, Tony. I hope you did some hiking for me because I will not be going hiking anytime soon.
I see. All right, here we go, Ramon. Good action tonight on the ice on TNT as the Avalanche looking to close it out here. A $1.30 favorite against the Oilers, looking to salvage a game here. Total 6.5 in this one.
Can they, Tony? Can they extend this series and give us a little more conference finals hockey? Because we don't know about the other series. We want some more games, but it's been the dominance of the Colorado Avalanche so far. 3-0 in this series. You said it. Now it's 6 straight wins for Colorado in the playoffs on the road. After the 4-2 win on Saturday night, McDavid got that goal right away. Thought they had set the tone, but the Avalanche did the job. They've now won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 games, Tony. And the injury story is the big one for tonight's game. Injuries and suspensions, right? We know Kadri is out. He's a big force for Colorado, but that's neutralized by Evander Kane being out, who took him out. So, look, Kane he emerged, right? We know he's a borderline superstar player, but with some of his off-ice issues and having been moved from team to team. But here he's found his way for Edmonton in the playoffs with the big performance in the playoffs with the dozen or so goals, 13 goals. So that kind of neutralizes that. But don't forget, you've seen it. You guys have watched the series. Draisaitl's not himself. That ankle is a real problem. So right now, Colorado's just the deeper team. It's too bad because Edmonton maybe could have given them a battle with all their stars there, but I think Draisaitl's injury is quite serious. I mean, it's obviously, you can. I hear you can skate a little bit better than you can walk. That's why when he comes off the ice, he has a profound limp, but I think it's a key injury. And you look at the injury situation with Colorado, Edmonton hasn't necessarily been able to take advantage in goal because Francouz, he's been just as good as Kemper. In fact, they seem to have identical statistics. So you got to put it in as far as it looks like the system in Colorado. Yes, good goaltenders, but they haven't missed a beat since Pavel's come in to take over in goal for Darcy with the Kemper injury. So Edmonton 8-18, their last 26 is a dog, Tony. Colorado 61-19, the last 80 is a favorite. The favorite has won 9 straight in the series. I'm looking to take Colorado to wrap it up tonight, minus $1.30 on the road. No, the total's probably what do you have it at 6.5 over 40. There is some 7 unders out there as well. I know Collins has a play on the total on the social media stuff, but I've got the Avalanche, unfortunately. Not rooting against the Avalanche, just rooting for more games. But Avalanche tonight to wrap it up.
All right, we got Ramon here on the Avalanche here to wrap up this series in this one. Yeah, it just looks like it's been Avalanche and all Avalanche, right? It's just what's your thoughts here on this goaltending situation here for Edmonton? As I'm trying to delete some clown from the site.
Yeah, sure. Smith, we actually, as great as he's been, there was the one goal that kind of looked like, the Mike Smith that everybody kind of makes fun of in the last game. And, when you saw him skate off or take off his mask, he obviously was frustrated there. But I think the problems lie in just, like I said, Colorado, a deeper team right now. So I think Smith has performed admirably, and I think they actually can be very, very proud, and he can be proud of his play this season. It just looks like it's coming to an end here, I think, for the Oilers. Didn't want to see a sweep. Maybe look, when McDavid got that goal, I mean, the crowd was energized and electrified, but the momentum just didn't seem to last for very long for Edmonton, Tony, before Colorado found its way again and just frankly looked like the better team, throughout. Edmonton's kind of got a better power play. Colorado obviously strong at killing them off, but maybe they'll need the calls. I think the calls have been fair. You look at the other series too. We want the officials to call penalties and not swallow the whistle necessarily. We do want a little bit of, let them play type of philosophy when we get to the playoffs, but we don't want blatant things going on. So we kind of saw, the power play be a factor in the other series last night. But I don't know. I think, it's a fair job. And again, you're expecting goals in this series. I'm not so sure. I don't want to give Collins play away because I know what it is. In fact, we have 2 handicappers, I believe, we got clashing handicappers, Tony, in the social department, so I could talk fairly about the total, but I could see the game starting slowly and then building to a crescendo. I would look possibly for the goals to come late in the game, not necessarily saying an empty net situation. I'm just talking about the goals in general, maybe after the 30-minute mark coming, Tony. I think the offensive action could happen in the second half of this game tonight.
All right, Ramon here on the Avalanche, minus 130 against the Oilers. This one will have a start time 8 p.m. Eastern time, and you can watch it over on TNT. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpace.com here for action here on Monday. Of course, a handful of games, a half a dozen games here from Major League Baseball, that one hockey game. Of course, there's some college baseball action up there. I know this document you guys have been talking about. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, well, you're talking about me, right? I mean, I kind of went on tilt this weekend, and once the college baseball lines were offered on our site, I only got a couple of takers on the packages, and I'm glad they did. I went 9-4 over the 3 days in college baseball regionals, and we're in action right now. I've got a 2-pack still coming up in the college regionals, which is actually a 3-pack if your book still has that Arizona-Mississippi game up. I see a few books have taken it down, so I didn't check the last few minutes to see if they were getting ready to start action there. I'll give it to you. Don't even have to buy. I went over in Arizona and Mississippi. Here's another free pick for you. Over, although you won't get the best of the line. We gave it out at, I believe, 12 or 12.5 runs. A couple of the handicappers on the site, and that total has gone up. I'll tell you another sweat along with Ramon, Tony. Michigan and Louisville, I have the over in this one. Score was 7-2 after the first inning. I was halfway home to my 18 runs, but slowed down a little bit, but still had to feel good about that kind of start. In the major leagues tonight, I'll be armed with a 3-pack tonight, not up yet on the site. Struggling a little bit in baseball, so I'm waiting for lineups and everything. I'm trying to cut it close on getting those packages up. I need to do a better job in the major leagues. So also going to look at the grass court swing in tennis that got underway this week after the French Open. Hope everybody cashed on the easy winner with Iga Swiatek that we gave out here on the site to win the tournament before it started at the French Open. So nothing, Tony. I might lay off this NHL total. I kind of gave it away, what I'm thinking there, and I gave it for free there. But I'll be back in action probably tomorrow in the WNBA, and also, the NBA Finals. Obviously, a stunning game last night that everybody's still talking about. There's been more talked about it than it's worth being talked about because it was such a dud in the third quarter there after the Warriors slammed the door on the Celts.
No doubt about that, guys. Ramon's got over at TonySpace.com, showing great profit in NBA top units producer for the season. Of course, he's in action today with NCAA baseball regional action right now, so get on board there with the 2-pack. Seasonal passes up there still. Baseball, WNBA, as well as CFL, which will be starting soon. And of course, the long-term passes on the major sports, 3, 7, and 30 sports pass. You get all of Ramon's premium plays for that period of time you select when you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase. That 1-month pass to get you all of Ramon's plays for 1 month from the major sports. That would be NBA, baseball, and hockey. We can save you 20% off all premium pick packages when you use a promo code TONYT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and then, of course, getting signed up. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you on the show. Just want to make mention that we see your Twitter up there. We've set a Twitter account for you at TonySpace.com, Tony's Picks Ramon.
Yeah, well, I told you, right, to go ahead and check it out. I don't want to give it away. We got 2 handicappers on each side of the total tonight, so want to see what happens there. And also, I know Mindy's got a run lineup. Dylan's got a team total in Major League Baseball, and Collins has a first 5. And what do I have? I've got a play from CONCACAF Nations League, Tony. I didn't want to feel left out watching Paul today on his show, and I've got on social media, Tony's Picks Ramon, a selection in CONCACAF Nations League tonight. It's I believe a 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. So free plays on our Twitter accounts. I'm at Tony's Picks Ramon.
That's right, guys. Check out Tony's Picks Ramon. His Twitter accounts here. We set up from here at Tony's Picks. All right, Ramon, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. Great work over the weekend, filling in for my videos. And, of course, we'll talk with you again tomorrow, and we'll look for some content for you overnight as well.
I'll be here. Yeah, we're going to fire it up in the WNBA, and maybe we'll have the hockey for you as well.
Very good, Ramon. Appreciate it. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Hey, we're here with you, Game Day Picks, Monday through Friday here at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you like, subscribe, and you set those notifications. All right, I just want to get this. I guess there's some clown in the chat. I don't know, this guy must have like multiple screen names. I don't know what his issue is, but it's very easy to get rid of these guys. You just got to go in there. And of course, you might hear my double sound here for just a little bit. Nope, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this clown right now for you. 1 click. Let's see here, remove. So when I remove you, we get rid of all that nonsense that you put on our site. So let me make sure I can remove the user as well. Hide user from this channel. There you go. All your stuff is gone. Okay, so let's continue on here with the show. Now it's time for my pick. So let me go ahead and bring up a reminder, guys, here with our show here. Once again, here on Game Day Picks, we're here with you Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Like and subscribe. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Now it's time for my pick. Let me put up my game info for you right now, as we've got the Guardians here to host the Rangers here at 7 Eastern time. Guardians $1.15. Total sits here at 9.5. I'm in this one here. I'm going to be looking here at the Guardians here, minus 115 here against the Texas Rangers. John Gray here for the Rangers. He's got an ERA approaching 5, whip of 1.22. Strikeouts been pretty good. The walk sits here at 9%, gives up 1.10 home runs per 9 innings. Cal Quantrill, his whip is low. He does pitch to high contact. Strikeout rate, I'd like to be a little higher, but the ground ball rate here is 37%. He does limit home run damage. The Rangers here have lost 4 of 5, dropping 2 of 3 at home to Seattle, but the scoring here has been the issue here for this Texas team. The Guardians are a good run right now. They've won 5 of 6, winning 2 of 3 in Baltimore. Here's the key here. The past 5 games, Rangers really struggling, hitting right-handers just 204. So I'll be here on the Cleveland Guardians here at minus the 115. Hey, guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com. Currently the top unit producer in Major League Baseball over at the site, all documented. So once you get on board with my 3-pack, I have a 3-pack right now going on over at Tony'sPicks.com. My best bets from Major League Baseball. Get on board with that. You can also go long-term with me with my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all of those premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to the handicapper page and make that purchase, of course, our promo code, as it says, we can save you 20% off all premium pick packages when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access my page by clicking the link on the description. Click the All Cappers tab. You'll find me amongst the All Cappers. Click and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here with game day picks. Now it's time for our recap. Started the show off with Collins. Collins was on the Red Sox Angels over 9 runs. Mindy likes the Mets and Padres over 4 runs, first 5 innings. Dylan Scott, Blue Jays Royals over 9.5 runs. Ramon was on the Avalanche minus 130 against the Oilers, and yours truly Guardians minus 115 against the Texas Rangers. All right, that'll do it for this edition here of Game Day Picks. Be sure again to tune in tomorrow live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from TonySpace.com, give out live free picks for the games for that day. So tune in. Of course, reminder, guys, as always, like, subscribe, set notifications, be live with us so you get those best numbers here at these critical hours, because we get a lot of live move from now to the start of these games. So catch us live on our shows. All right, that'll do it for the show. Let's bring in our cappers from this afternoon. Wait, goodbye to you guys. Have a great afternoon, evening. We'll talk with you guys again tomorrow live at 3 Eastern Time with Game Day Picks.